These are the 6 simple postures that have been keeping Japan strong and pain-free well into their 70s. Japan doesn't just have people living past 100, they have 95,119 centenarians who are still active, independent, and mentally sharp. Compare that to America, where the healthy lifespan ends at 66, followed by 12 years of pills, procedures, and declining independence. The Japanese aren't just adding years to their life, they're adding quality life to their years. And it's not because of some miracle drug or perfect genetics. Since 1928, Japan has had a national program where people of all ages gather every morning to do a set of simple calisthenic exercises set to music. Not high-impact cardio, not weightlifting, just simple, gentle positions that take 15 minutes. What you're about to see isn't theory. It's a system that's been proven effective across an entire nation for nearly 100 years. These aren't complicated movements that require special equipment or perfect flexibility. They're simple postures that work with your body's natural design, not against it. Today, I'm breaking down these exact movements and showing you how to adapt them for your body, your schedule, and your current fitness level. Because the goal isn't to live longer, it's to live better. All right, let's dive into the first movement that forms the foundation of everything else we'll cover today. Let's start with Shikodachi, that's Shikodachi, which translates to sumo stance or four-legged stance. This movement has its roots in the ancient Japanese national sport of sumo, practiced for more than 1,500 years. Sumo wrestlers use this position to develop the extraordinary leg strength and stability that characterize these athletes. Now, before you say, "I can't squat," hear me out. This isn't the deep squat you're thinking of, it's a wide stance position that works with your body's natural mechanics. Position your feet wide apart, approximately twice shoulder width, with your toes pointing outward at a 45-degree angle. Now, slowly lower your hips as if you're going to sit between your legs. Keep your back straight, chest open, and your hands can rest on your thighs for support. What makes Shikodachi so powerful is how it activates muscle chains that modern life has put to sleep. This position intensely works your quadriceps, glutes, and inner thigh muscles. The exact muscles you need for getting out of chairs, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. But here's what's fascinating. Biomechanical studies show this posture activates more muscle fibers in your legs than conventional squats. The hip opening you get from this position is crucial. As we age, our hips naturally tighten from sitting, which creates a cascade of problems: knee pain, back pain, and balance issues. Shikodachi addresses all of these by restoring your natural hip mobility. Start by holding Shikodachi for just 20 to 30 seconds. Don't force it. Your body will adapt gradually. If you feel unstable, hold onto a sturdy chair or wall for support. The most common mistake I see is people arching their lower back, which transfers all the work away from your legs. Keep that spine neutral. As you get stronger, work up to holding this for 1 to 2 minutes. Professional sumo wrestlers can maintain Shikodachi for 15 to 20 minutes. But we're not training for the ring, we're training for life. Now that you've got the foundation strength from Shikodachi, let's move on to something that will challenge your balance and stability in a completely different way. This next movement is called Nekoashi-dachi, Nekoashiddachi, which literally means cat foot stance. This elegant position originates from traditional karate, developed by martial arts masters during the Edo period. Its name comes from the similarity to a cat about to leap. Light on the feet, alert, and ready for explosive movement. This addresses something most people over 50 struggle with but rarely talk about: balance and stability. Stand with one foot forward, but here's the key. You're only going to rest the ball of your front foot on the ground, just like a cat testing a surface with its paw. Your back foot stays fully planted, supporting about 70% of your weight. Both knees should be slightly bent, and keep your hips facing forward. This might feel awkward at first, and that's exactly the point. Nekoashi-dachi forces your often neglected stabilizer muscles to wake up and work. Your ankle muscles, your deep hip stabilizers, and your core all have to coordinate to keep you balanced. These are the exact muscles that prevent falls and give you confidence on uneven surfaces. What's remarkable about this movement is how it strengthens the intrinsic muscles of your feet. the small muscles that create your arch and provide stability. Modern shoes and flat surfaces have weakened these muscles, but Nekoashi-dachi brings them back to life. If you're just starting out, practice Nekoashi-dachi next to a wall or sturdy chair for support. Hold the position for 20 to 30 seconds on each side, then switch. The goal isn't to be perfect immediately, it's to challenge your balance system gradually. As you improve, try adding small weight shifts between your front and back foot, or even slow arm movements while maintaining the leg position. Now we've worked on leg strength and balance, but here's where things get really interesting. The next movement is what keeps Japanese people standing tall at 80. We're going to address your posture. Here's Seiza, S-E-I-Z-A, which translates to proper sitting or correct sitting. This traditional Japanese sitting position has roots dating back to the Muromachi period and became a fundamental element of Japanese etiquette. Historically, Seiza was practiced in traditional houses with tatami floors during tea ceremonies, formal meals, and moments of meditation. Here's the reality about posture after 50. It's not about sitting up straight or pulling your shoulders back. Real posture comes from the ground up. Kneel on the floor with your knees together, then fold your feet so the tops are flat on the ground with your toes pointing backward. Slowly lower your hips until you're sitting on your heels. Your spine should be naturally erect, not forced but naturally tall. Seiza does something remarkable to your body. It deeply stretches your quadriceps and hip flexors, the muscles that get chronically tight from sitting in chairs all day. When these muscles are tight, they pull your pelvis forward and create that hunched-over posture we associate with aging. But Seiza also activates your deep core muscles and spine stabilizers. Unlike sitting in a chair where your back muscles can relax and weaken, this position requires active engagement from your postural muscles. It's like a gentle strength training session for the muscles that keep you upright. If Seiza feels intense on your knees, place a firm cushion between your heels and your hips to reduce the pressure. Start with just 30 seconds to 1 minute and gradually work up to 3 to 5 minutes. You can practice Seiza while watching TV, reading, or even during meditation. The key is consistency. A few minutes daily will create lasting changes in your posture and flexibility. Now, building on that postural foundation we just established, let's take it to the next level with a movement that's going to completely transform how you think about core strength. This is Zazen, Z-A-Z-E-N, which literally means seated meditation. This ancestral practice of Japanese Zen Buddhism transcends simple meditation to become a powerful isometric posture. Originating from Zen monasteries during the Kamakura period, this position was maintained by monks during hours of daily meditation, simultaneously developing mental and physical strength. Most core exercises completely miss the deep stabilizers that actually matter for daily life. Sit on the floor with your legs crossed. If you can manage it, try to get each foot up on the opposite thigh in lotus position. But simple cross-legged is fine too. The key is your spine position. Imagine an invisible string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Your shoulders should be relaxed and open, chin slightly tucked. Zazen deeply engages the spine stabilizing muscles, particularly the multifidus and transverse abdominis. Your core is activated to maintain the upright position while your legs experience intense stretching of the quadriceps, hip flexors, and adductors while strengthening the deep postural muscles. Recent neuroscience studies demonstrate that Zazen, combined with conscious breathing, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol and promoting cellular regeneration. Regular practice improves hip flexibility and strengthens the deep musculature of the spine. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of Zazen, using a firm cushion under your hips to elevate your pelvis slightly. This makes spine alignment much easier. Focus on breathing deeply and naturally while maintaining that tall spine. Don't force your legs into painful positions. Your hip flexibility will improve over time, so work within your comfort zone. As you get stronger, gradually increase to 20 minutes daily. Alright, we're getting close to the end, but this next movement might be the most challenging one yet. Don't worry though, it's also one of the most rewarding. This is Kibadachi, K-I-B-A-D-A-C-H-I, which translates to horse riding stance. This position has ancient origins in Japanese martial arts, particularly in karate. It was used by samurai during training to strengthen the legs and core, preparing them for long battles where stability was crucial. The name comes from the similarity to the posture adopted when riding a horse. This movement specifically targets years of accumulated hip tightness while building incredible leg strength. Position your feet parallel and apart, approximately shoulder width plus another foot wider. Bend your knees and lower your hips as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Your feet should be pointing forward, fully supported on the floor. Keep your back straight, abdomen contracted, and arms relaxed at your sides. Kibadachi is extremely effective for working the leg muscles, especially the quadriceps, adductors, and abductors of the thigh. It also intensely engages the glutes, hip stabilizers, and core. Beyond muscle strengthening, Kibadachi significantly improves the lateral stability of the body, something we often neglect in conventional exercises. Biomechanical studies show that this posture develops balance and proprioception, which relates to how you perceive your body in space, reducing the risk of falls. The position also promotes better alignment of the hip and knees, preventing common joint problems. Start with Kibadachi for 20 to 30 seconds, performing 3 sets with rest intervals. As your resistance increases, extend the time to 1 to 2 minutes per set. Japanese martial arts masters often maintain this posture for 5 minutes or more. If balance is a concern, practice near a wall for support. Focus on keeping your weight evenly distributed and avoid letting your knees collapse inward. Now, for our final movement, we're going to tie everything together with something that combines all the principles we've learned and gives you a way to track your progress over time. This final movement isn't traditionally Japanese, but it represents the perfect fusion between ancestral Japanese wisdom about sustained postures and modern sports science discoveries. In Japan, this technique has gained extraordinary popularity in modern gyms since the 1980s and is frequently incorporated into specialized training. This ties everything together and tests how well you've integrated the previous patterns. Position yourself with your back against a flat wall, feet about 12 inches away from the wall and shoulder width apart. Slide down until your knees form a 90-degree angle, like sitting in an invisible chair. Your knees should be aligned over your ankles, not pushing forward past your toes. This posture intensely works the quadriceps and also significantly engages the glutes, hamstrings, and core muscles. Unlike dynamic squats, the isometric version against the wall maintains constant tension, promoting greater muscle endurance and recruitment of slow-twitch fibers, fundamental for postural health. Recent studies demonstrate that this posture improves knee joint stability, reducing the risk of common injuries. Prolonged isometry also stimulates muscle capillarization, improving blood circulation in the legs. Research indicates that regular practice contributes to the maintenance of bone density, crucial in preventing osteoporosis. Start with 30-second holds of the wall squat, building up to 2 to 3 minutes as you get stronger. Focus on breathing steadily throughout the hold. If you find yourself holding your breath, you're probably working too hard. An interesting adaptation popularized by Japanese trainers is to add a soft ball between your knees, pressing it gently during the exercise. This variation more intensely activates the thigh adductors and promotes better knee alignment. Now that you've learned all 6 movements, you're probably wondering how to put this all together into a routine that actually fits into your real life. Let me show you exactly how to do that. Here's what makes these Japanese movements so brilliant. No gym membership, no equipment, no risk of injury. Just gentle movements that actually work. The Japanese have proven that consistency beats intensity every single time. I'm going to give you 2 simple sequences that take just 15 minutes total. When you first wake up, your body is stiff from sleeping. Start your day with these 3 movements. Begin with 30 seconds of Seiza to wake up your posture muscles and stretch those tight hip flexors. Move into 1 minute of Zazen to activate your core and center your mind for the day. Finish with 30 seconds of Nekoashi-dachi on each side to challenge your balance and activate your stabilizers. That's just 2.5 minutes that will completely change how your body feels for the rest of the day. In the evening, focus on releasing tension and building strength. Start with 1 minute of Shikodachi to open up those hips after a day of sitting. Move into 1 minute of Kibadachi to build that deep leg strength. End with a 2-minute wall squat. This is your progress marker. As you get stronger, you'll be able to hold this longer, That's 4 minutes that will help you sleep better and wake up with less stiffness. Here's how to progress safely without overwhelming your body. Week 1 and 2 are your foundation phase. Focus on learning the positions correctly rather than holding them for long periods. Don't worry about perfect form immediately. Your body needs time to adapt to these new movement patterns. Week 3 and 4, start adding duration. Increase your holds by 15 to 30 seconds each week. Your goal isn't to match what sumo wrestlers can do, it's to be stronger than you were last week. Month 2 and beyond, this is where it gets exciting. You can start adding variations, gentle movements within the positions, combining movements and flows, or increasing the challenge by closing your eyes during balance poses. Just always remember to listen to your body's feedback. Some days you'll feel strong and want to push harder. Other days, just maintaining the basic positions is perfect. The Japanese concept of kaizen, continuous small improvements, applies perfectly here. Look, the Japanese didn't discover some magical fountain of youth. They simply never stopped moving in ways that support their body's natural design. These 6 movements aren't just exercises. They're a return to how your body was meant to function. The difference between aging with strength and independence versus declining into frailty often comes down to the small daily choices we make. These movements are your daily choice to age on your own terms. What's your biggest concern about starting a new movement routine? Drop a comment below and tell me what's holding you back. I will read every single comment and I'll personally respond with specific advice for your situation. Do you want more Japanese secrets? If the number of comments reach 100, I will release a new Japanese secret that most Japanese do every single day, but no one in the West has ever heard of. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new video. We've got more on the way.